Bonjour, hello, hola, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos al canal. Good evening, good afternoon, good avond, goedemorgen. I guess, ohayo gozaimasu, konbawa. Welcome to the channel, guys. Hey, we're doing Vinland. Finally, again, we're on episode 15, numero 15. Guys, we have a lot to go and catch up on. I heard that Vinland Season 2 is coming out this season, so I'm just kind of curious as to where this is gonna go because clearly, if season two is coming out and people are saying that it's gonna sustain this season, kind of rough for a lot of the anime that have already come out. Then, right? With that though, I do want to go ahead and exemplify. Hey, we tend to do this every Friday and Sunday, so come check us out. Follow us on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe. 69% of you guys aren't subscribed. Follow us here on Twitch and also join the Discord. Hey, if you're having a bad day and you need to vent and you need a safe place to vent, the Discord is there for you guys and everything. Guys, I appreciate you all so much. Can't say that enough. Bonfire, thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it, guys. Drop some Doritos for Bonfire here. Bonfire, you get some Doritos. I appreciate you, man. It means everything. All right, guys. With that being said, why don't we go to just jump into it? I see no reason to stall.
そうか。クヌートは死んだか。
いえ、正確には行方不明とのことです。ラグナル隊はクヌート王子の救出を試み、マールバラにてトロケル軍と交戦。混乱の中、王子殿下の消息も途絶えました。
おお。では、未だトルケルン軍に囲われておるのではないか。
は、ですが、その後2日間、殿下とおぼしき姿は敵軍中に認められずとのことです。
生き延びて救助を待っておるやもしれんが、助けを送るとしても、春まで待たねばならん。
王陛下におかれましては、ご心注意かばかりかと。
クヌートがもし兄のハラルドを上回る器量を持ち合わせていたならば、行方知れずになどならずに済んだかもしれんな。
It's a genuine question for you guys. If your sibling, your son, whatever, daughter, was left in an environment like that, would you guys literally put your army and nation at risk to go over to try and save them with the aspect of the condition that they might already be dead? Yes or no? Or would you guys wait it out in that case? And that's a big confrontational matter inside of itself, right? It's like, how much do you expect for them to be able to like handle for themselves in that regard? And also with that whole conditional requirement of Askeladd going in there with the group, setting fire, saving him, whatever, doesn't that also come in with the expectations that like he's planning for something strategic, i.e. placing himself in a better footing so that if he does return, he's able to go ahead and be in one of those like advisory positions or something higher to make that bank and be able to like not keep being a mercenary for the rest of his life? That's sort of where my mind goes almost immediately. At least not putting other important things at risk if I was in a position of power. It's not, yeah. And I'm sure that there's like any reasonable person would probably go through like feelings of guilt and concern and whatnot, but at the same time, hey, at some point they have to be adults, right? All right, let's continue. I'm trying to skip this. There we go. And then I can also see, and I think this is one of the biggest things in any military campaign, is your biggest enemy is not the enemy in front of you. And I know it sounds fucking stupid, right? Especially when like the way I'm putting it. Like, your biggest opponent, your biggest enemy is not the person in front of you. It's the times. Because whenever I'm fighting someone, right? Say that I'm fighting Brady on like we're set to fight or whatever. Yeah, during that period of time where I'm focusing to fight him, he might be my enemy during that time. But the times will change, and the times will keep going on without you. And guess what? Brady might be like, hey, you were my enemy for this fight, but I'm no longer your enemy. I have nothing to do with you. I don't want to fucking fight you. whatever, dude. It is what it is. The times will always change positional alignments, who you see as enemies, who you love, who you like, what your values can be determined by, and so on and so forth. And that's why I'm like, even with Thorkel, that's one thing I'm wondering. It's like, he's a bad guy, but he doesn't seem like the bad guy, you know? It just seems as though the times are constantly changing. And I wonder if he's going to change along with them the way that he's already changed before. Sorry. These are just my fucking internal thoughts just going out there, guys. Because I'm like looking at this, and oftentimes I've seen so many stories like that that are so beautifully put, where a character is going through multifacets in their life and changing along with the times that need them to be, right?
冬よ、お前は戦士の心さえ凍らせるのか。おお、冬よ。
True, adaptability, Rainy Winters. Absolutely.
どっちく？両方。おい、はいか。おい、はいはい。わかんねえよ。まず飲み込め。おい。いやー、なんだかんだ言ってさ、あそこで王子に逃げられたのは痛かったな。いやいや、あんたが渡したんだろう。あの王子は腰抜けだけど使い道はあったんだよな。あれを担ぎ上げて新王朝を旗揚げとかよ。兵隊集めるだけでも効き目あるぜ。
True.
あんたがみこしの担ぎ手ならちょっとした勢力になりそうだな。だろう。おい、そこのイングランド娘。はい。ビール、樽で持ってきて。
すいません。ビール樽で追加です。
またか、くそ。己ならず者どもめ、この町を食い尽くす気か。これじゃ。
Do I remember correctly? You guys can correct me at this. Power in this region. If I am risking, but you guys can correct me by this. But wasn't like the alcohol content back in the day pretty bad? Like, beer back in the day wasn't as like potent as it is nowadays, which is why people were able to drink more without getting as fucked up. Like, I forgot what, there was a study or something that I was looking at where it was comparing like the way that they fermented and the way that like the fermentation process and the way that they did beer back in the day versus the way that it's done now, and like the differences. Yeah, the differences in like refinement processes, even effects, how quickly it can go ahead and hit you, which is why people were seeing back in the days like drinking to that point. Yeah, it wasn't as high proof. Exactly. Can you imagine going back in the day and they're like chugging a whole keg in order to like try and feel drunk, and you just take a bottle of tequila and fuck them up with a couple shots? But that's, yeah, at this point I can imagine just people like having anything other than water would probably be godsend.
どうせ王子取られんだったらイングランド軍にくれてやってもよかったな。あ、何よ。困った人だな、あんたは。戦争が下火になると、そうやってまた火種を探す。あれよ、この野郎。俺たちは戦士だぜ。戦士は戦場にいてこそ戦士だ。
True.
だがよ、それに関しちゃ。ちと悪い噂を聞いたぜ。え？
What do we?
今度ウェセックスの賢人会議でな、スベン王がブレトワルダとして認められるそうだ。はあ？
Swine.
それって全面降伏じゃん。だな。デンマークがイングランドを飲み込むんだ。貴族どもは王権を捨ててでも戦争を終わらせたいらしい。悪い予感ってのはどうしてこう当たるのか。どうする？玉砕覚悟でスベン王軍に勝ち込むかい。アホ！俺は喧嘩は大好きだが負けるのは大嫌いだ。
Rainy Winters, can you come? Sorry, real quick. I hate to ask this of you, but can you bring up what the percentage of alcohol nowadays is for in high quality alcohol, like the ABV? I'd really appreciate it, just to get a good like glance as to what that like what the how major that difference is from 8% to whatever. Because I know, for example, the tequila that I'm drinking is like 40%. 40% alcohol by volume, yeah. 80 proof.
え
異常はねえか耳よ。
終わりだ、クソ寒いぜ。雪が音を吸うんだ。さすがの俺でも聞き取れる範囲は狭くなる。
見張りをばらまくよりはマシだ。ここにいることを宣伝しねえで済む。
なら、あいつらをなんとかしろよ。
Yeah, that's fucking terrifying, dude. Any good person with dollar bill, especially if you know that the enemy is traveling a certain location. Snow sucks up sound. Snow can also fuck up your eyesight if all you see is white. It can really mess you up. So it's also like attuning yourself to that regard. Ooh, there's a lot of difficulties in like just being in this environment, I think, for a fight in general, you know?
から見ても農民には見えねえぞ。
修道士たちか。そっちも見張っとけ。
許したまえ。だとよ。あいつらなんかあるたびに許しをこわにゃなんねえのか。めんどくせえ。
意図高き方。天にいます我らの父よ。ここに眠る村人たちの魂をどうか身元に
Thanks so much for the hydrate, Raccoon. Appreciate you.
この者たちを殺めし者たちの魂をお救いください。私どもの罪をお許しください。
他人のために祈ってる場合かよ、てめえら。
父よ、私の声はあなたの耳に届いているのでしょうか。我らの父よ、あなたはあなたの姿に似せて私たちをお作りになった。でもその力を分けてはくださらなかった。父よ、あなたが良き者も悪しき者も等しく愛されるというのなら、何のために無力な私たちを試されるのですか。父よ、私の声はあなたの耳に届いているのでしょうか。我らの父よ、私はあなたの愛を疑っています。
やめよ。
I've had conversations with some holy men where they've even questioned their loyalties or their existence or their powerlessness to what they believe their spirituality is, right? And even self-doubt, because I think self-doubt or doubt in your own spirituality or doubt in your own ability to carry on, because we all cope differently, right? And some people use religion to cope. And I hate to go ahead and throw it out this way, right? But for some people to be okay, for example, and I hate to do it this way, if your whole defense mechanism, if your whole existence for being okay in that regard is your religious aspects, and you're going to go and take that away and you wouldn't be able to cope with the world around you, have you built up a good foundation for yourself? I.e. with Canute, right? Hearing the father say this, do you think that he, because to me it sounds like a child who still has a long way to grow up, and he might have to make some really fucking hard choices that might go against the very principles that he stands for, or that he's trying to stand for. This whole religiosity aspect that is coming into play here, in the world where you're at, where everyone's killing everyone, you might have to make probably one of the sins that you don't want to go ahead and do, and you might have to take someone's life who's innocent in that regard, just to try and stay in a stable foundation, because people might see this as a weakness. If I was your sibling and I'm vying for the throne, I'd call this out almost fucking immediately. How can we trust you when you've gone down the soft path? How can we trust someone who, you know, up to this point we're always guarded by somebody else, who can't even make a single decision, you know? And I think that's huge. I think like playing it off of this character, off of him, and using this as a reference point for him to change would be probably one of the most satisfying ways to get him to go from where he is to where he needs to be as a character, where he needs to be as a leader, and sometimes even doing an uncomfortable choice that might set others into their own paths of change. Because he's a central figure, you know?
うだと。そなたそれでもキリスト教徒か。恐れを知るがいい。我らが父の愛を疑うことなどあってはならぬ。我が子を愛おしく思わぬ父親などいない。
殿下。お待ちを。
父上。
Damn.
天神
Damn.
の舞台。
Damn.
マジか。はあ、伝令ではそのようにセバーン川上流の庄村を占領しているらしく、地元領主から援軍の要請が来ておりまして、生き残った村民の話によると、敵兵はおおよそ100から200、すでに近隣の兵が向かっておるそうですが、ここは不明とどろくトルケル閣下にもぜひ。
どう思う？どうもこうも。この季節、その位置に単独行動の田人部隊など、そういくつもねえだろうよ。
回路と見せかけて陸路でゲインズ払い。雪に振り込められて休息中ってとこが。
十中八九は。
トルフィンとクヌートだ。
Oh, my dude. My dude about to go full gotcha on them.
それと、おい、あんた、弁当の用意頼むぜ。500人前を5日分でいいや。合格。よしよし、面白いぞこの喧嘩。うまくするとまだまだ楽しめるかもな。
Yeah, you need 500. Good luck with that. Next up, Thorkel is genuinely, honestly, Thorkel is such a joy to watch. Yeah, feeding an army must, well, I mean, that's one of the most important things though, wasn't it? Like, sleep and food are like the two necessities, or in a good place, like, you know, like logistics is sort of what wins the war. So that sort of makes sense. But also Thorkel's, yeah, I don't know, he makes me smile every time he's on screen.
何人だ、耳。
さあな、50か100か。林伝いに東へ包囲線を伸ばしてる。
嗅ぎつけられんのが早えな。どっかでヘマしたか。
どうだかな。とにかく見つかったもんはしょうがねえ。
出発？無理だぜ、今夜な。
Fuck are we here? We're at 249, yeah. Alright, these guys need to fucking watch out, dude. 220, 222. 225 is when we start to see piss. 225. 245. All right, so there's actually a, like, bro has a piss timer. The reason why I'm saying that is because there's actually, I forgot, was it like a urologist, one that knows, that said, like, you know, for if you're healthy, if you're in a good routine or whatever, usually your piss should be under 20 seconds, if I remember correctly. Like, if you're peeing longer than that amount of time, then it means that there's an imbalance or something happening. I'm not a doctor in that regard. I'm on my way to get my PsyD. But that is a common thing that I've heard from one of my friends that's a urologist. Again, I'm going to go ahead and, like, get that confirmation. But seeing that, I'm like, yo, they're just peeing out there, like, having a full-on monologue conversation on that. Or was it 30? I completely forgot. It was something like that. But It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, sometimes even looking at some of the markers like that can bring up some health questions for this time in of itself. Logistics-wise, what do you think of Askeladd in this situation? I think Askeladd is quite literally planning on, and I hate to put it this way, on downsizing. If anything, I hate to be this way, I can probably see Askeladd literally fucking over everyone for his own plans. So he might literally just be the one that escapes with, like Canute and Thorkel and probably like 2 other individuals if need be, in order to like get the supplies he needs to like dip while screwing everyone else over. I can totally see something like that happening. Why? Because realistically speaking, the other people aren't going to be able to make it in an environment where he doesn't have, I bet you he doesn't have more than enough supplies to be able to make it.
無理だぜ今夜なんて。ソリはまだ2台しかできてねえ。昨日3台目にかかったとこだ。
そうか、ご苦労さん。なら夜までに仕上げろ。間に合わねえ荷車は捨てる。
無理だっつうの。大工は2人しかいねえんだ。
イングランド軍にここがバレた。
え、バレた？
おうよ。この雪かき分けてきやがった。よっぽど電人が憎いと見える。
そんな。
急がねえと脱出の機会を失う。分かったらちゃちゃっとやれ。
分かった。
ビョルン、ゴロスキどもに応戦の体制を取らせろ。指揮官は捉えるぞ。なんでバレたか知りてえ。
了解。
あっと待て、ビョルン。もう一つ。いい機会だ。ついでにあれやるぞ。
バレた？
ちょっとやばいんじゃねえか。
平気だろう。イングランドの兵隊は弱えからな。
いや、そうでなくてアシェラットの月の話さ。月？ドカ雪に続いてこれだ。あいつの計画が立て続けに狂うなんて初めてだぜ。
Yeah, literally his fucking plans are going up against him now. Ooh, I mean luck.
おお、うまそうなウサギだな。お前が取ったのか、トルフィン。
ああ？
一人で食うのか、焼くのか、それ。
だったらなんだよ。
肉だけの飯は良くないぞ。野菜と一緒に煮込め。そのウサギはスープにしてやろう。
うるせえな。俺の飯をどう食おうが俺の勝手だ。
どうせどこかでかまどを借りるんじゃろ。ほれ、来い。殿下、空豆とキャベツとウサギです。
ウサギ？
はい、トルフィンが捕まえまして、スープに加えたらいかがかと。
I ain't gonna lie. You know what? I will lie. I will 100. He just wants to have a rabbit, and I was gonna say, you know what? I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and just say, hey, I would no, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna, yeah. Okay, I'm glad, Anne. I'm glad we're on the same page here.
血を抜いて内臓を洗っておけ。
I would have been like, what are you? What? The man? Huh?
粗末な食材の割にはなかなか。
ウサギのおかげだ。塩漬け肉には空いていた。礼を言うぞ。どうした？遠慮するな。そなたの
He probably doesn't even know how the fuck to use utensils anymore. Or he does? Oh.
うまかろうが。次は鹿でも取ってこい。
I thought he was just gonna like be like, fuck the spoon.
貴族ってのは食うばかりだと思ってたぜ。趣味だ。普段は作らぬし。
He's not a barbarian at A.
そなたも口外してはならぬぞ。別に悪かねえだろ。昔にタラの料理を作った時な。良い出来だったので。Good
night, TLC. Appreciate you.
だが陛下は召し上がるどころか激しくお怒りになった。王の子が卑しき奴隷の真似事をするな。
Okay, guys, if you're watching this, if you're a guy, hey, learn how to cook, learn how to clean for yourself, learn how to, you know, like, mop, and fucking like, sweep, and like just general cleaning and making food and whatnot. Like, learn the basics. Don't expect someone else to do it for you, because I feel like there's still a lot of like, get some life skills. There's still a lot of fucking expectations and a lot of roles that are still put on that. Oh, you're cooking. Like, even for example, in some communities, you cook and it's like, oh, but that's supposed to be like this person's job, and it's like, learn how to live decently. Essentially, be nice, be open to it. Even if it's using a microwave, dude. Hell yeah. Some microwave foods fucking slap, dude.
料理などせぬことになっている。王の子にはこんな技など必要ないのだ。
あの頃は王陛下もお忙しかったのでしょう。戦が終わったら鳥料理でも作ってお持ちしましょう。きっと喜んでくださいます。
Bro, if you're my queen, you best expect some fucking delicious ass food. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm gonna be I'm experimenting with some food. I'm experimenting with some stuff out there, making some bomb ass food. Brady's tried some of my experiments in food. You know, it's fit for a king. You gotta have fun with it. Otherwise, what type of a ruler are you if you're not able to go in and try new things in some regards? Oh yeah, we actually made cheese out of nothing, which is pretty fucking amazing. Out of just like basic ingredients.
鳥はまだ作ったことがないな。
鶏でもカモでも、以前に夜で食べたカモを覚えておられますか？
ああ、あれはうまかったな。
後で料理人にコツを聞きました。煮こごりを上手に使っておりましてな。
煮こごりか。なるほどな。
ラグナ
おお。
伝令だ伝令。
おお。
なんじゃ。何があった？
敵に見つかったっす。東の森で戦闘がおっ始まりました。
何？
大した兵数じゃなさそうですが、一応用心してください。
どういうことじゃ？この村に潜んでまだ10日だぞ。なぜバレた？
知るかよなの。
なんということだ。村人たちを皆殺しにしてまで。
とにかくイングランド兵を蹴散らしたら移動しますんでよろしく。
だから初めからウェールズに引き返せと。
いや、向かうのはダービーっす。
この後に及んでまだ敵地を進むと抜かすか。アシェラと連れてこい。今すぐだ。
今は前線で指揮を取ってます。話があるならご自分で出向けばいいんじゃないですか。案内しますよ。
Come on, bro. Why do I feel like this is a bait and trap? At some point, my thing is your attachments to this prince is literally going to be used against you. They will either try and kill you in order to motivate change out of the prince, or they'll try and use you as a way to get the prince to go ahead and like start going forward. I can totally see this attachment working in that regard, just off of how you're reacting instead of like thinking, right? Especially if you're supposed to be someone's like overseer or whatever. Ooh. And I'm sure they would. I'm thinking about this and I'm like, if I'm Evil Ed, what would I do? Honestly, I would probably like dress up as some, other whatever, like the enemy force, go in there and like kill him and then be like, you'll never like, taunt him or something, That's what I would do in order to motivate change. If I had like the capacity to go ahead and grab people and like do it, because Prince Canute needs a wake up call. If you want me to be real with you, he needs a fucking giant ass wake up call. Granted, they would probably get like, especially if I was the evil, that would probably get like, if I wanted to go ahead and like use Canute, then at that point I would have to back the fuck off and have someone else take that like stalemate position or that like overseer position, because that'd probably get me killed if I stayed in that position, right? So the more than likely what's going to end up happening in a scenario like that, if I was Evil Ed, was push something like that. Push these ideals, back off, let someone else take that forefront and get punished in some way, shape, or form. Because I'm over here, I'm thinking about systems of change and what causes change to happen, and what are some of the, like, even in relationships, when we lose someone, what does that happen? You start to think, you start like introspecting moments, you start thinking like, wait a minute, what changes? How do I fix this? So on and so forth. Evil Ed is evil. Yeah, it can be. Evil Ed can be really. Also, why wouldn't they protect you, dude?
Oi! Oi! 時の声はあっちから聞こえるぞ。
やっと気づいたか。鈍いなあんた。
え？貴様ら何を？
Bruh, don't tell me, no. No, don't tell me. Every fucking time. Every time. What the fuck? Every time. I feel fucking horrible, but like, oh, what the fuck, dude? Oh. Escalade. Oh, what the fuck, dude?
遺言なら俺が聞くぜ。話せよ。
いいから呼べ。王子殿下に関わることだ。直接話す。急げ。
伺いましょう。その遺言。
Guys, I am in no way, shape, or form a wizard at all. This was quite literally just to do with the way that we change through attachments, and I'm trying to think about it in the way here. Evil Ed is so strong, they're gonna find an Evil Ed diary under his deathbed inside of it, or his plan suit. Bro, my thing is, this show is so rare. I'm not even gonna. I like YouTube probably doesn't even fucking understand it, dude. YouTube, literally, this show, we've gotten like months and weeks of like not watching it because all the shows are picked randomly on Twitch, right? And it's gotten to a point where it's become sort of like a running joke. We're like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna watch this, and when it comes to it, like, it's pretty hard to get this show voted on. Now that it's here, and now that, like, you know, it was picked randomly, like, you know, it won the poll, we're watching it. And I have a feeling people are going to be like, oh, you've read the light novels. And it's like, no, we've been too busy watching Bochi and some of these other shows. Like, oh, but also Askeladd clearly knows the way that, like, attachments affect other people. And that's quite, with the writers of each show he watches, so he knows what will happen, right, Thai? And then I just keep it running in my head forever for every single show out there. But no, this is insane. This is absolutely insane, because it means for me that, like, he's willing to go that extra mile to get his plans done, which is...
人払いしますか。
声が止んだ。戦闘が終わったな。まったく。スープが冷めてしまったじゃないか。
貴殿には感謝しております。あの腰抜け王子をよくぞ今日まで生かしてくださった。そして貴殿の死がさらなる。
The story was very different too. Wait, is there no light novel for this?
今日から私が引き継ぎます。
No.
イングランド兵に殺された貴殿の代わりにね。
貴様の神に近い。不足なくわしの後を引き継ぎ、何があろうと、クヌート殿下をお守りすると。
何があろうとクヌート殿下をお守りし、 戦士ラグナルの意義ある死に報いん。ご満足かな？
口をしやが貴様などに殿下を託そうとは。
急がれた方がいい。血をだいぶ失っておられる。
ゲインズバラに着く前に心構えをしておき。イエリングの帝臣たちは今時代のデンマーク王の座をめぐって大きく二派に分かれておる。
As I fucking said it.
一
Yeah.
方の派閥の旗頭にされておる。もう一方はクヌート様の兄君のハラルド様だ。両殿下のご意志など関係ない。関心どもの勝手な勢力争いだ。そして王陛下はデンマーク王国の分裂を恐れたのだろう。おそらく一つの決断を内心に下された。
Which is why he sent him, yeah?
両殿下のうちどちらかを殺そうと。
スベン王が王子を。
こたび王陛下が殿下を戦場へ伴ったのは。
Because otherwise, that brotherly dispute is probably going to grow and it's probably going to break the nation apart, which is actually kind of a smart way of dealing with it without necessarily dealing with it. Because we all know that, like, at least when it comes to royalty and lineage and whatnot, brothers and siblings would kill one another to try and get into a position of power. And that's... Oof. Oof.
心せよ。クヌート殿下の真の敵は今やお父上のスベン王陛下その人なのだ。亡命しろ。もはやそれしかない。ゲインズバラでわしの弟が段取りを。
Appreciate you. Have a good night, Raccoon. Fuck.
なんてこって。早めに言ってくれよ。そういうことはよ。
頼む。最後に一目でいい。一目殿下にお別れよ。
ダメだ。
Yeah, it's already too late.
殿下、戦が終わったら一緒に鶏料理でも。
The king may have been your dad, but this man was your papi, dude. Like, that's just straight up, dude. This man fucking raised you.
と王陛下も喜んでください。
Oh. Oh. Like this. Oof. Oof. My heart. What the fuck, dude? Oh, what the fuck was that? And just like that, YouTube has completely demonetized. Hi, Monty. You guys came at the very end here. Holy crap. I know, add such a depth to the show and emotional. Hi, Spiky, Monty Soft, everyone. Hello, how are you guys doing? Appreciate y'all being here. In case you guys don't know, I'm a psychologist. I tend to analyze anime and video games and whatnot. We just got done with a pretty heavy show. Holy crap. Are you staying hydrated? Brought me here. Hi, what's up, Virgin? How you guys doing? Yeah, it is over, dude. Well, that's why I was like, damn, that was insane. Like, if you want to talk about a show that definitely has a lot of depth, that has a lot of different concepts, that apparently you're able to go ahead and call out if you have like a good psychological basis. Like, wow, we woo wow, guys, wow, we woo wow. But